God bless every single one of you, my name is HaiX and I'm a professional virgin. Team videos are the most requested videos on my channel, and even though I don't want to spam this team content, I decided to update you guys on our progress because it's been 3 months since the project was started. Also, I wanted to mention that only a small percentage of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed to this channel, so if you watch this and you're not a sub, please consider subscribing, it's free and you can always change your mind later. In my previous video, I mentioned our first conflict that happened between Offline and Makarov, and because of me poorly explaining the situation, you guys threw a lot of hate on me, which I understand, but I'm gonna spend a little bit of time to fully explain the situation right now. Before this conflict, we had a really big problem with Offline. He's a really nice guy and an insanely good individual player. He's one of the people who would drop 30 kills every single game in Faceit Pugs on 3K Elo. When I met him for the first time, he said that he wants to be one of two roles, either a main OP or an IGL, and since I was searching for an IGL at that moment, I offered him to take this role because sniper position was taken already. Later on, we started having discussions that Offline wants to play OP, even though we already have a dedicated OPer, and that started breaking our team chemistry a little bit. But it was not the biggest problem. Offline always wanted to play for kills and wanted to play really aggressive while being an IGL. After we spotted this problem, all of our players, our manager and our coach told him that this is not how we should play. He, as an in-game leader, always has to be able to adapt to situation on the map and abuse our opponent's weaknesses. After the discussion, Offline said that he understands everything, but nothing changed. He wanted to play according to his plan, which is playing every single round super unpredictable by only playing strats, super aggressive and no defaults at all. Like, I'm not even joking, he wanted to play only with prepared strats without any defaults. This decision made our playstyle insanely predictable, and our coach told him that this is not how we should play. After that, Offline had an argue with him and deleted him from Steam, which is a huge problem because a coach of the team and in-game leader should always work together. Because of that, coach decided not to show up on Team Prax because he thought that his opinion just didn't matter. But outside of all of this, Offline had another huge problem, which is his character. I can truly believe that this guy can be a star player in a team, but his mentality is insanely weak for the IGL. Whenever we started losing or doing something wrong, instead of being a leader, calming us down and motivating us to continue playing, he stopped speaking at all and started playing by himself without calling anything. He started playing PUG CS in team games. And one more thing, whenever we told him that he should change, he acted like a child, and instead of fixing the problem, he was only saying things like, I'm gonna leave the team, you guys don't appreciate what I do, and things like that, and just left the team speak. Now, why did I not want to show all of this in my previous video? Because I didn't want to make anyone look bad, but because of me poorly explaining the situation, you guys started throwing rocks at me, that I'm an idiot who kicked the wrong guy, and now I really hope that you understand everything. The guy is really good at the game, but he didn't want to change because of his mentality. We have been playing with all these issues and they were not fixed for a month. Makarov had a huge problem with this because he was the only person who was telling Offline to fix his issues, and after a month of nothing, they had a conflict, of course. And after that, I already showed you what happened in a previous video, and then I had to call our manager and he had a 1-hour conversation with Offline. And after that, he apologized and we won the official game.
Okay, then Mickey, please.
Yes. Guys, I see that I made a big mistake here. I'm sorry for leaving you guys in the TeamSpeak, and again, for me being childish. I know I do some stupid mistakes sometimes, and I hope you can understand. I don't do it to be like bad, like be an idiot against you. I have a lot of issues myself, and you guys, you know, I want to be good with you and only want us to improve, so we will have mistakes like this. And I'm sorry that I behave like this.
After that, the next week a weird situation happened. This conversation with our manager that Offline had didn't lead to anything good, like nothing changed. Offline was still doing all of the bad things that we wanted him to work on, and because of that, Makarov, during a game that we were, by the way, terribly losing, didn't listen to the call, because he was tired of playing strats and wanted to try something new. Now, there are two opinions and both are true, and only you guys can decide for yourselves which one is right. In theory, you should always listen to your IGL, like no matter what he's calling, he's the main guy and you should always listen to the call no matter what, because that's called discipline. And at the same time, if you see that nothing is working at all and you just see that calls of your IGL are only leading you to bad things happening, why can't you offer something new, right? Because of this moment, they had another argument and Offline acted the same way as he did before. He just left TeamSpeak without saying anything. And after that, me and the guys had a conversation for around 2 hours where I asked every single one of them about how they feel. chill. And we all, okay, not just me, we all came to the decision that we cannot move forward with the IGL like this. Final conclusion. Offline is a really kind person. He spent 1.5 months for this project and I really appreciate it. He's a really strong individual player and we all agree that he can easily be a star player in a team, but he cannot be the IGL in my opinion. I hope the situation is finally clear. Now I'm gonna tell you what happened after Offline left. Since I announced that we're searching for an in-game leader, I had a big amount of applications. Not only just from 3K ELO players, but people with HLTV profiles and a lot of team experience. I never could imagine that so many experienced players actually watch my videos. We were looking for a guy who is calm, insanely motivated and willing to work and practice as an IGL. And as I said before, we were not looking for a sniper or insane rifler. We were needed a super motivated leader who would like to learn how to call properly and lead us to the victory. And after trying out a few people, we decided that our best chemistry was with the guy named Iska. He's from Finland, so he has a really funny accent, and now we have 2 Finnish people in the team. And because of that, for RGM, it's easier to communicate since he has a friend now. Elin, you don't drink today, okay? Because...
Yeah, don't stop! Stop!
Ronnie, we need you tomorrow more than 7, okay?
Fucking idiot. That's not funny anymore. You know I'm fucking suicide? I suicide?
Now let's move forward. We started practicing with Iska and his new calls. Our mentality and motivation increased because Iska did a good job of keeping us mentally stable, but a new problem came out of nowhere. Makarov for some reason started accusing everyone of not having enough motivation. Since I played as his partner on most of the maps, we always communicated a lot, threw flashes for each other, and our chemistry was on a really decent level.
Давай.
But he didn't see this connection with other players, not only him and any other of 3 remaining guys outside of me, but he just saw that they don't communicate enough together, they don't do the same stuff as we do when we're playing duo, and they're not taking it as serious as we are. So he started showing a lot of more aggression during official games and scrims, and after some time, this happened.
One is coming behind us. I'm planting, one is coming banana.
Cover me while I plant.
One more banana! Coming banana, boys!
Chill out, hide. Nice.
Last banana!
Banana.
I don't peek. He's waiting me.
Crossfire,
Yeah.
Makarov.
I'm just hiding.
Ну, то я...
Ruins! Oh, Jesus Christ.
Chill out.
Two people.
Why you peek
Let's try.
him? What the fuck you even doing? How we lose it? What the fuck you even doing? You play 3 versus 1, блядь.
Chill out.
Yes, that hurts a lot, like a lot, and everyone played really bad in this situation, but after his expression, the game was lost already. No one wanted to play anymore. We literally lost on this moment because everyone's motivation was ruined. And you know what's the worst part? We had to play one more official game after this, and during this game, everyone was even more tilted. Makarov was tilted so much that our manager joined mid-game and told him that if he doesn't stop this, he will be kicked, but he never did. So after the game we gathered in TeamSpeak and all of the guys begged me to replace him, which I did of course. It took us a little while to find a new sniper, but while we were trying out new people, we experienced such an insane positive mental boost during games that we never had before.
5 nades!
When all 5 players are calm, concentrated and super motivated to play, all of your shots start to connect automatically. It's some sort of a magic that I've never experienced before. We have tried out 2 really strong players, both of them played in ESEA main, both of them have really serious HLTV profiles, but right now I will not introduce you to the person that we decided to take in our roster, because I personally want to know him a little bit better, to have enough clips with him and to properly show you guys who he is. We're currently on our way to to achieving the perfect team chemistry that will open a new level of CS to this team. I want you to understand that I'm a really new person to all of this team stuff, and this is my longest team attempt. We're gonna be making mistakes, but you all know that I will do everything I can in order to achieve my dreams. We're gonna be making mistakes, but I will always stand up to try one more time. I really appreciate you watching this video. The Discord server with all of my updated CSGO settings will be in the description of this video. Also, you can check out my Twitch channel since I wanna start streaming again. Thanks a lot, God bless you, I'm out.